Hello and welcome to General Mathematics class. Today I will be discussing about functions and relations. First of all, let us know the differences between functions and relations. Function is a relation where each element in the domain is related to only one value in the range by some rule. Each input corresponds to only one output, while for relation, it is a rule that values from a set of values to a second set of values. Its inputs generate to one or more outputs. These are the types of relation. First, we have the one-to-many, many-to-many, one-to-one, and many-to-one. Keep this in mind that all functions are relations, but not all relations are functions. One-to-one and many-to-one relations can be considered as functions. Now let us discuss the five different ways of expressing functions and relations. First way is the set of ordered pairs. It is composed of two coordinates, x-coordinate or the abscissa, and the y-coordinate or the ordinate. Take note that the domain is the set of all x-coordinates while the range is the set of all y-coordinates. In order for us to know if the coordinates can be considered as a function, make sure that every element in the set is composed of different x and y coordinates, and there are no common x coordinates exist in the given set. We have here five examples. First, we have the numbers 2 and 1, 4 and 2, 6 and 3, and 8 and 4. In order to find the domain, all we have to do is to put the x coordinate, and for range, we have to put the y coordinate. It is function because none of the x coordinates are repeated. Same goes for examples 2 and 3. They are considered functions because its domains are not repeated. For examples 4 and 5, the domains are repeated. In example 4, the number 5 is repeated thrice. For example 5, -1 is repeated twice. Next, we have the table of values. It is where a set of ordered pairs can be written as a table of values still composed of x and y coordinates. Remember that we can transform a set of ordered pairs into a table of values and vice versa. Write all the x coordinates on the above row and the y coordinates in the row below, and a table of values is a function if there are no common coordinates in the row of x coordinates. Here we have the same examples from the previous slide, but this time in a table of value form. As I said, x coordinates must be at the first row while the y coordinates are on the second row. Examples 1 and 2 are functions because there are no repeated x coordinates. And for numbers 3 and 4 are relations because there are repeated coordinates. The third way is called mapping. It is where the values on the left side, which represents the x coordinates, will be matched with the values on the right, which represents the y coordinates. We have four examples. First, we have the one-to-one, where the values of x coordinates and y coordinates are equal. Then they are both matched individually, not repeatedly. Next, we have many-to-one, where the x coordinates are many than the y coordinates. The x coordinates and y coordinates are matched, but this time, the y coordinates could be matched repeatedly. Like for example, the y coordinate 1 is matched thrice from the x coordinates 1, 3, and 5. Third, we have one-to-many, which is the opposite from many-to-one, where y coordinates are many than x coordinates. The x coordinates can match repeatedly. And lastly, we have many-to-many, where both x and y coordinates can repeatedly match. The fourth way is graph. It is where the vertical line test is used in order to determine if a graph is a function or merely a relation. What is a vertical line test? It is a graph that represents a function if it's impossible to draw a vertical line that intersects the graph more than once. How are we going to use the vertical line test? First, we have to draw a vertical line passing through the graph in the rectangular coordinate plane. Then determine the number of points or points of intersection between the graph and the vertical line. In this example, to know if the graph is a function, make sure that it intersects the vertical line only once. I repeated only once. Just like this example, if it intersects more than once, like this example, then it is not considered as function. As what I've said, it is considered as function if there is only one point of intersection, while it is considered as relation if there is more than one point of intersection. The last way of expressing functions and relations is the equation. Functions and relations can be expressed by means of an equation. Remember that we cannot consider an equation as a function if there is no y in the equation, the exponent of y is an even number, y is in the absolute value symbol, and the relationship is not in the equality form. Example number 1 is considered as a function because it has y and it is in equality form. For the second example, it is not a function because there is no y. Next, it is not a function because it is not in equality form. For the fourth example, it is considered as a function because it is in equality form and it also has y. And lastly, for example 5, it is not a function because the exponent of y is an even number. Thank you for watching and I hope you have learned something from this video. Have a great day.